You gonna give me trouble, camera? You've never given me trouble before. Hey everyone, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Brian.
Welcome to the Ryan and Brian show. We're at Boutique Amp Distributors.
Right.
And
that's funny because we've done this like 4 times.
We keep hitting technical snags and redoing stuff. But Brian's a good sport because he knows what it's like to record things on camera and mic. He knows what my life is like. I appreciate that about Brian. We are at the warehouse or factory, whatever you want to call it. What do you want to call it, Brian?
Let's call it the factory house.
The factory house. I like that. That produces a lot of different brand stuff.
Several different, yeah.
Freedman's here, Tone King's here,
Yep.
Synergy's here.
Matthews Effects.
Matthews Effects is here, and of course, Wampler pedals are here. They, I was looking at everyone making everything around here. It's a cool operation. I feel like I'm inside of, like a picture-picture movie from Mr. Rogers, where you get to watch everything get made. It's fun. This is an impressive compound here.
It's okay, yeah.
It's okay.
It's all right. It's where the it's where the bacon's made.
It's where the bacon is made. We made a joke in a previous version of this video that Brian has all his food made here and then shipped to him.
But
it was a very funny joke, and you guys should believe that.
Yeah, Ryan didn't record that. So, yeah.
I tried to record it. The camera disagreed with me. So we're doing a fun, pre-NAMM thing here, getting all the brands together, a bunch of obnoxious YouTubers.
Right.
As a fellow YouTuber.
And you.
And me. You're one of the YouTubers here. You're not here to rep your brand. You're just you're part of the talent.
I've been called a lot of things. I don't know what I am. So.
Do you think that's important? Do you think, there's a few brands that do it, notably you.
Like content stuff?
And JHS. You self-produce a lot of your content. Do you think a lot of other brands should be doing that? Or you think it should, other people should stay out of it?
No, I think especially in the music business, I think it's absolutely important. But in every business, really, I think that's just the way things should be. Things are going to be done moving forward. Right. we can move this into a business and marketing talk if you want. But
yeah, sure. I have zero goals for content for this. We could go anywhere we want.
So for real, if you think about it, in the past, companies have basically put out commercials. And there's still companies that today, they put commercials on YouTube or Facebook, and it's boring as hell to watch, right?
I think that podcast sponsorship is the future of marketing. I don't know why people are spending money on commercials.
That's true. That's true. There's 2 podcasts I could think of off the top of my head that would love income from sponsorship.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sorry I interrupted you. Completely derailed.
No, that's right.
Your train of thought. We were talking about
the Terraform presets.
The Terraform presets, and
at least in one version.
6 months for financing through Sweetwater. Get in there, buy yourself a couple Terraforms. We were talking about people who own and operate companies being content creators,
right,
as part of marketing for that.
I just think that's. To me, it's almost necessary. It actually is necessary. If you look at, let's take Josh Scott for example. If you look at what he's done,
just a random example.
He's doing a great job.
He is.
He's building. He is building content and something that people want to watch and engage in. At the same time, people are like, I like that guy. I can relate to that guy, which means that they're gonna buy more pedals.
Yeah.
Versus a company that's not doing anything like that except showing you ads of their newest Terraform or whatever.
Right. Totally.
That's boring.
Yeah. People want to know the people behind the brand because so much of guitar, as not just a product but as a culture, is knowing the people behind it. If you used to get someone to endorse, a big player to endorse your product. Now the way music culture is, there's not so many big players out there.
Right.
Everything is very niche and
Yeah.
very segmented, but you have people who are bigger fans of equipment brands than they are of people who make music.
You're absolutely right.
And so it is very powerful to show the people behind the brands.
Yeah.
I think going back to Josh, let's just talk about Josh.
Let's just talk about JHS on this video.
Let's make this about JHS. But when he started making his current run of videos, this format, I was like, finally, people get to see the Josh and know the Josh that the rest of us
Right.
get to hang out with and talk to at all these events.
Right.
Because that's the way he is, and that's the person that he is. He's just a relaxed, kind of like chill, like talk about all the products, fan of all the products, kind of nice guy.
Yeah.
And it's fun for everyone else to be able to experience that. you
Right.
know?
There's still quite a bit of hate for him on the forums.
Oh, of course.
Not that there isn't for any of us,
course.
but I still see that stuff, and I'm like, come on, man, come on.
People know that I love the hate that I get.
You
I
do.
wallow in
You
it.
engage with all the hate
I
comments.
get a little jealous that Josh gets more hate attention than me. I'd love to get those hate views.
Just the thumbs down every video from here on
man.
out.
You know, YouTube counts those thumbs down as analytics. That's a count in your
Yeah.
favor every time you get a thumbs
Yeah.
down. So
Or comment.
Or any comment, any
Any-
negative comment.
Anytime someone says like, you suck and you can't play, you're like, thank you. You just increased my reach.
Yeah, I got
Appreciate that.
a click, I got a comment, so that's like a double thing for YouTube. And then you said something like play or guitar in there and put in some keywords.
Right.
It's fantastic. Thank you. Though if you really want to hurt me, like drop keywords that have nothing to do with the video at all, like drones, politics.
Right. Donald Trump. What?
Confuse the algorithm.
Yeah, exactly.
So should we talk about some of your products, or should
We
we talk
can.
about
I
what
mean-
it's like to have your stuff manufactured here? I don't know. Like
It's so much better. Yeah.
it's so much better.
Yeah, I mean, when I started, I used to, like, I was building in my garage, literally,
Mm-hmm.
like a 12 by 12 room. And I found out after a while of building the same thing over and over, I tremendously suck at that. Like, I'm horrible
Sure.
at that. So what I ended up doing is finding other companies, local companies that were able to do that.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
actually had the facilities to build things and build them consistently. And that worked a lot better for me because
It frees up time for you to do
I'm just not that analytical type person.
the
that-
design stuff
yeah.
and to do
I would
the
much rather do
thinking
creative
stuff.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to do is try to think about. All right, well, we have 507 knobs, and if we divide that by how many knobs we normally need, then we need to order this amount for next month.
Right.
Like that's just no thanks.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of elements to running a company, and manufacturing's like putting it together is just one of them. I mean, you've got all the bookkeeping, you've got keeping track of the knobs, like you were just saying, inventory and stuff like that, and it makes sense.
Yeah, and like this is distribution as well. So it's not only the building of things and making sure we have everything necessary to build it. It's also we have more now. We have thousands of different retailers all around the world. Who's going to get what and when are they going to get it?
Exactly.
I mean, that's by the time if you go through all that stuff, the last thing you want to do is make anything creative. The last thing you want to do is sit down and think, you know what, I need to make a video, maybe do a podcast, and also work on a new circuit.
Yeah.
You're just like, no, I just want a beer and go to sleep.
Well, that sounds nice too.
I mean,
Can we do that after this?
There's room for both, I'm saying.
And also, it's kind of neat. Colin Scott and I were walking around here. We got here early this morning, and because I'd never been here before, in my mind it's like, oh, this is like the factory warehouse where everything gets built. We're probably gonna walk in, and there's gonna be machines that everything is just passing through and getting made. No, there's people sitting around hand building. All
Some
this
stuff, yeah, depends what it is.
Sure.
I mean, if you have a really intricate digital circuit, then you really don't want someone hand soldering that.
Right.
I mean, it can be done. We do that for prototypes, but whenever you're making 3,000 of them for someone to do that, there's going to be a high failure rate.
Gotcha.
So in that situation, it's just a local company that we use to populate stuff. So, yeah, and honestly, that's the way most companies that are doing volume do.
Right.
It's so ridiculously expensive and inefficient to actually have machines in your warehouse to build everything, or to populate everything, to assemble everything. Like all that stuff it's so overwhelming whenever you're trying to build guitar pedals.
Right. And it's like a whole other discipline to learn how to run.
It is. I mean,
they're called picking machines, right?
What's it? Not pick and place.
It's something like that.
Yeah. See
there
again, my level of knowledge is not in that area.
Right.
Near as much. as
You
it's-
want to make videos. You want to design circuits.
Yep.
You want to name pedals, and then you want other people to do everything else.
Basically, I just want to sit at home and play Xbox and collect checks. That's really what I'm going for.
And
No.
well, I know that like you're not doing that with your YouTube because you're not doing gamer stuff.
No, I'm not doing gaming stuff on that channel.
But maybe we should all switch to that.
We should. Instead of gear videos, we should just all play Xbox.
Let's all decide, everyone, all of your guys who have YouTube channels, let's all decide like 1 month, we're just going to do just Rock Band. Every video is just we're going to pull out like all the, 10-year-old Rock Band controllers and just do Rock Band demos.
You know what? We have the ability to make new Rock Band controllers. Can you imagine taking a Freedman guitar like this and just cutting out?
That would be bonkers.
I'm surprised it hasn't been done yet.
To do like smaller branded Rock Band controllers and stuff like that, and get some new songs made.
I'm sure there's a huge market for it. You'd sell like tens. Tens of them.
You've unlocked the Keeley modded tube screamer. That's where things are going. Like everyone who learned how to play guitar from Rock Band, they're gonna want to up their game in a couple of years when they get settled in. They get out of college.
Right.
They're like, I'm ready to get more serious about my rock banding. I'm gonna start getting my stuff modded. I'm gonna start getting like boutique rock band stuff.
Boutique rock band.
We're gonna see a resurgence of the scene.
That's what we need. Boutique rock band controllers. Yes.
So let's talk about the Terraform a little bit because we're here, and
It happens to be hooked up.
Amp Distributors had me come all the way here, probably because they want me to help, talk about products they actually are responsible for selling. So might as well pay some bills, I guess.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, the pedal makes certain sounds whenever you turn the knobs.
I told someone by the way who doesn't like me very much, I told them on Facebook that it makes your guitar sound wobbly, and they didn't like that review very much. They didn't think that I was concise enough in my review. Do you think that's incorrect?
I mean, you can do the wobble. You can wobble it if you want.
If you want.
I mean, if a person's into wobbling,
sure,
then a wobbly thing is good.
Well, what else can it do? Because obviously my review is limited that it can make you sound wobbly.
So,
what are some other adjectives for the sounds it makes?
Wah.
Wah.
So we do.
Which is like half a wobble.
Right, it's half a wobble. We can do envelope filters, which is more of a duck quack, right?
It's kind of a wobble though.
Kind of a wobble.
I'm pushing for full wobble here, guys. I think everything's a wobble.
You can flang.
You pronounce it flang.
No, but I like it when people do.
I pronounce it flange. It's fancier that way.
Flange.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
I think flange is kind of a wobble. It wobbles.
Kinda.
Yeah.
It kind of is why you can wobble.
It's more of like a swoosh or a sweep.
It's more of just a slow back and forth though for some people.
That's true. I guess wobble is dependent on speed.
Right. Wobble's like a.
Yeah, wobble's like whoa.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and you can phase. You can vibe.
Vibe is definitely a wobble, right?
You can rotate, you can swell, you can tremolo with harmonics, and then you can chorus twice.
I really like that you did chorus twice because the Dimension chorus is a flavor that's just very different. And I find myself using that a lot more than the conventional chorus on there. Do you? Which one do you prefer?
The Dimension's my favorite.
You like the Dimension too. There's just something about it.
It's just a big wide. Like to me, it's like that big wide thing that I like.
It's like it's the cliche chorus sound.
It's the
When you close your eyes and think of like full chorus, like songs that are just like, wow, that's a lot of chorus there. It's like peanut butter, like you can't avoid it. That's just chorus. Like it is that Dimension sound where the standard chorus is more like you can kind of hide that.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like the Dimension would be more like, I mean, it's kind of based off of that big wide sound in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the other one's more like a small clone sort of thing.
Totally.
So what I do, like since it has a blend control, I set it like rate real low, depth like all the way up, and I just barely roll the blend up so that way it doesn't sound like, I'm playing Poison or something like that.
Right, totally.
But or Def Leppard or something, but
not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that I don't listen to Def Leppard every day,
We're still going to get hate comments off of that, man. They're dissing on Def Leppard.
I collect hate comments. It's okay.
Bring them, boys. We want those hate comments. What's your favorite wobbly sound on the Terraform? What's your favorite patch on it?
See, this is the weird thing. I'm really like,
He hates them all.
I'm actually not, like, I don't personally use modulation that much. I use it for like spices. I just need a little taste.
Sure.
Whereas some people are like, you know what, I'm going to univibe this whole thing. The whole song is going to be nothing but univibe.
Right.
You know, sprinkled in with whatever, fuzz or whatever.
So you do a sprinkle, and some people take the cap off and just dump it.
Yeah. Some people just kick the can
I like
over.
cooking analogies.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can run through some sounds if you want, but I mean, my personal use of this is pretty basic. I use it for just like I said, adding a little spice.
Yeah.
You need a little pepper every now and then.
That makes me feel good because anytime I get like a deep dive pedal like this, I always feel a little bit bad because I'll use it in a really basic way. And it's like, I was able to get that sound because it offers a lot, but I feel bad that I'm not, like dumping a MIDI controller on it or something like that and using it to the full extent of the crazy stuff this thing can do. It makes me feel good that you kind of lean into a simple thing with it.
Well, I mean, I think it depends on the person. Like, if I was, you know who Nobs is, right?
Yeah.
Not the Nobs demo person. So if I was like doing a Nobs type of thing, if that was my, what I'm into, then my answer would be different.
Yeah.
But I generally
you set up a MIDI controller to sweep everything and do all sorts of weird stuff.
Yeah, but that's not my gig.
Yeah.
My gig is mostly country-ish, bluesy-ish,
Totally.
I mean, I don't know how else to describe it, but that's just what I do.
That's just what he
It's
does.
what comes out.
He's just living that Brian life. Hashtag Brian life.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
You're going to get a lot of Brians excited about that. They're like, yes, finally.
Finally, I get my own hashtag.
A hashtag for me. I have been living a Brian life. Yeah, let's do some playing. I'll be your mic stand here so you can talk through some stuff. I don't know if anyone can even see it over there. It's way in the back, so.
Yeah, it's
you know what the Terraform looks like. You
it's
can
hard to see it from that setting, but
look
that's
up
all right.
pictures. I put a mic on in the
that's-
amp, so might as well do some playing.
That's the off sound.
I like it.
So. That's wobbly.
Yeah.
Got a little wobble in
I
there.
told you, it makes wobbly sounds. I feel like Brian's trying to seduce me with these smooth licks over here. This moody chording. I'll follow him wherever he goes now.
Ryan, I love you. I wrote this song all for you.
I didn't know this was going to be a Valentine's Day special. Welcome to the Ryan and Brian Valentine's Day special. We're your hosts, Ryan and Brian. When your names are close enough, you're living that Ryan and Brian life.
You need a hashtag too, right?
Ryan life. Hashtag Ryan life. Hashtag Ryan death.
Ryan.
It's the opposite of Brian life. That's dark. Where should we go from here? Did we cover it?
I mean, that's like 3 of the sounds, and there's 11 different sounds.
Yeah, and you can do presets. I really like
there's presets. There's MIDI. There's, expression pedal crap. There's, and basically
stereo.
Yeah, and it's the size of like a normal double-sized pedal.
Yeah.
So it's. If you use a lot of modulation, you're going to dig it. Like
you can turn it sideways, and it's basically a normal size pedal.
It's same exact size that way.
Yeah.
Or
turn it sideways, guys.
We do some of our pedals, like the Dual Fusion is this size.
I will say, I just remembered the thing I gush about with this pedal in particular is that with modulation stuff, like I have modulations all over my board. I like to put chorus before drives. I like to put tremolos before my drives. And because of the presets and the routing you can do with the loop, you can have one pedal on your board. And I never like combine modulations because I'm not a lunatic.
Yeah, that's just not my thing either.
Throw phaser and tremolo and chorus on at the same time. Like it's one and done, So it's like I can have the single pedal be before my drives if I want to, and then I switch presets to the next thing that's going to be after my drives.
Right.
And it's just so convenient, and it's like locked into my board now because it's so flexible, and I've got it wired up to have all my drives in the loop, and I can just throw whatever I want before or after. And
So you're using it mono, using the pre and post function.
Exactly.
Whereas like when I use it, I prefer to use it in stereo.
Ah,
So, and I just basically use it to put width at the end.
Gotcha.
That's a lot of what I'm doing.
yeah.
That and maybe some Univibey stuff.
When I'm playing live, I don't haul a stereo rig. Like, I'm not going to. I don't even want to be bothered to like ask the sound guy to set up a second direct box for me. Like, I'm like, we're gonna make this simple, guys.
Wait, you
Mono live.
guys have a sound guy?
I know, right?
Wow.
Luxurious. I mean, he's a volunteer. We're talking about church playing right now.
Okay, yeah. They're like, yeah, we're playing at a bar. I am the sound guy.
Gotcha. But it's funny, like when I'm playing at home, there's like, oh, let's do 3 amps. Like, let's get
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah.
I'll mix
Yeah.
it all in post and do a whole video about
Right.
it. But playing live, I'm a mono boy for sure.
Even in
Kissing
church,
disease,
huh?
yeah.
That surprises me that in church you would do that.
Do mono?
Yeah. Because I mean, I don't know, but aren't most big church setups like in stereo, or are they all mono?
I could. The keyboardist does a stereo thing. But it's like, I spend enough time just trying to be like, hey, my monitor mix isn't on. Hey, I can't hear myself. Hey, like 10 minutes of troubleshooting. Like, I'm not going to throw another thing into the mix. And you know, it's like, so what? I'm going to set up a stereo rig at church. So, like, the 2 people in the audience who will appreciate it will hear me stereo pan.
Both those guitar players will be.
Yeah.
Wow.
They'll be like, oh, wow. Yeah, this sounds like a stereo chorus. No one else cares.
Do you ever go to church and or people like, is that guy from 60 Cycle? Does that ever happen?
That's never happened at church, but then like everyone at church who is vaguely interested in music now knows
Gotcha.
who I am because other people talk about it because I talked about it to them. And it's like,
Yeah, I can
it's
understand.
fine. And, it's like it's talking about your job. Like, I don't know. Everyone's coming up to my board at church like, oh, what's new today, Ryan? I'm like, don't take any pictures. That's not launching for a week or 2.
So that's where all those Wampler leaks are coming from.
Yeah, the ushers at my church are leaking terraforms.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. All right, well, we should probably wrap this up because I'm
Sure.
probably supposed to be interviewing someone else right now.
You probably are. I don't see what time your phone says. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You got another place to be.
Yeah, it's flexible. Rumor is Steve Vai's going to be here.
Yeah. Little Stevie Vai.
I personally don't feel like I have any ability to talk to him.
Well, Steve's good. He's a cool dude.
But what would I say? Like,
So you play guitar, huh?
I know, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys, with that, maybe I'll have some Steve Vai
So
footage.
You should talk to him about David Lee Roth.
I should talk to him about
Talk to him about Whitesnake. Talk to him about Zappa.
But I'm not like a classic rock guy. That's the problem. Like I grew up, looking at
You should
guitar,
reevaluate your life.
looking at guitar magazines. Is like, oh, there's Steve Vai. Like everyone who plays guitars knows who Steve Vai is.
Right.
But that's not like in my Venn diagram
That's just not what you're into.
of influence.
Right.
But I definitely appreciate him as a guitarist. I feel a little intimidated, Brian. We'll see what happens.
I can understand that. That would be like if I had to interview a sports figure. I'd be like, so, you like basketball, huh? How about that?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. All right. Thanks for your time, Brian.
I'll help you out later.
This has been a lot of fun. Maybe you could jump in and be my Steve Vai Sherpa.
Steve, tell him about that time with David Lee Roth. Tell him about that time.
And I'd be like, yeah, I'm super interested in David Lee Roth. Tell me. All right. Bye, everybody. Stay grounded.